What's up, everybody? It's Professor Gnome, and today we're going to be playing some Gardevoir EX. With the inclusions of a couple new cards from Paradox Rift that I actually think are really good. Screaming Tail is one of them. I think Screaming Tail is pretty underrated. I haven't really seen anyone including this in their deck, but I think it's a great replacement to Kirlia. This Roaring Scream attack for 20 damage for each to any one of your opponent's Pokemon for each damage counter that's on this Pokemon. You can power it up with Gardevoir EX and hit for 160 to the bench really easily and very quickly. Most people don't play Manaphy against Gardevoir because you don't have a way to hit the bench traditionally. So being able to hold Screaming Tail into your hand and then switched up to the front to be able to knock something out like a Squawkabilly or your opponent's Greninja for like a quick prize card or something like that late into the game is always super good. Gardevoir kind of suffers right now a little bit because of the increase in dark types, but being able to run Mew into something like a into like Charizard EX, or even in some cases Roaring Moon, being able to go for the genome hacking is actually super strong. The other things that we run are alongside, we run 2 reversal energies instead of 1, just because hitting some of the higher damage numbers can be a little bit iffy sometimes, and that's about really all the changes that I have. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the build and what you want me to play next, but let's get into the games. See ya. Alright, so we're into the first game. We're going to be going first. We'll see what our opponent's playing. We're matching sleeves. Opening up Mew's pretty good. Can't really... Alright, move. Thank you. That's weird. Alright, so we're against Charizard EX. Charizard EX can be a little bit annoying because it can be hard to hit some damage numbers against it sometimes, but for the most part it's not too bad. I think we're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a Greninja here and a Ralts. That's fine. We'll draw as much as we can for now. Got ourselves the other Ralts that we might have wanted. We can go ahead and Fog Crystal. I think I'm going to hold on to Mew for now. We'll grab ourselves the Zacian. And then we'll take... not that. Take the extra energy. That way we can power stuff up if we have to. Now let's see what we get with the tail. Not great, but just means we won't draw it next turn, which is useful for us. We can go ahead and attach 2 here onto our Zacian, which will be nice. Helps us if we can get like a boss onto an early Charizard or something like that. We have the ability to go double Kirlia on our next turn, which is pretty good for us, because the Kirlia engine's kind of broken. He's going to retreat out into his Mew, and then depending on what he has, we might be able to start taking prizes a little early, switching into the Zacian, clearing out the Mew. Probably be for the best if we can Rare Candy something to actually Rare Candy up the Pidgey. But with the VIP pass, I'll probably just place a second one, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Oh, okay, he didn't. So if we can knock out the Pidgey, that actually wouldn't be bad for us. Like, it might be worth the boss to do. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and grab ourselves the Kirlia, because we have plenty of stuff to pitch away. Also, if my voice sounds a little iffy, this one. I'm like kind of coming down with a little bit of a cold. So if you can hear that in my voice, you know, I apologize for that. But I thought I'd still attempt to record for this morning, so I can get something out for you guys later on today. And what I wanted to be able to kind of showcase is like Screaming Tail, so hopefully I get an opportunity to do that, because I think it's really, really powerful. I want to keep the... I definitely want to keep the energy, the reversal energy, just because I'm gonna need it later for sure. I'll hold on to this for now. I think, yeah, I'm gonna make the same play. Thin my deck out by getting an extra energy onto the Zacian to be able to guarantee myself a knockout later. Because what I want to be able to do is use the double Kirlia, get into be able to get into both Gardevoirs, and once I'm there, I can look to try to dig for a boss or something like that, knock out something important, like the Pidgeot that he's about, or the Pidgeotto that he's about to make. Because if I can neutralize the Pidgeotto and kind of prevent them from setting up too much, I might be in an okay position. Especially if I can get the early prize trade going for me. Because I'll be able to knock out this, that, and then I only need to kill one Charizard, which will be kind of easier later on. There's the Charizard. So we went for Rare Candy Charizard. I don't really think that was the best play. I feel like it would have been better to get the Pidgeot and be able to search out the rest of your stuff. Because, yeah, you used the Arven this turn already, right? So if he used the Arven already, I'm not sure what he could have searched for. I guess maybe just like something for the next turn. So what I want to do here is I want to put up the Zacian, and the reason for that is if I find a way to get enough energy onto it to be able to attack with later, like that's, you know, great. That's what we want to be able to do. So we'll go ahead and discard this just so I have it in the discard to attach later. But if we're not, we can always retreat it to put more... we're able to retreat it to put more energy into the discard to kind of prepare this Gardevoir here. Because we have the ability to Ultra Ball into the one we're looking for. And I think we'll probably end up doing that, but it doesn't look like we're going to have to right now, because we can Ultra Ball, get rid of these, grab ourselves the Gardevoir we're actually looking for, be able to evolve that, and now we're hitting for 180. I think we have enough energy in the discard. We might not. And if that's the case, that could be a little rough. I'll have to check. Let's see. Six. This will be 7 and 8. Alright, so I'm short 1. So I think what I have to do here is thin my deck out a little bit. just gonna look for one more energy that we're able to discard. Because that's not really gonna help us. But I don't want to remove it from my deck just yet. So I think we'll go ahead and Iono. It'll give him some more cards, but it's not too big of a deal. Because that's really what we were looking for, is having one more energy to be able to discard. So that way we can use our Gardevoir, put the last energy onto Zacian, so we can hit for exactly the amount we need. I want to use the Collapsed Stadium, but the problem is I don't want him to get rid of the Entei. He'll probably get rid of the Mew, and like, I don't really want that either, so I guess I'll keep that open for now. We'll just attack for 130, or sorry, 330. Go ahead and knock that out. Grab the 2 prizes. Always take card 6. There's no reason for that, just it's the best card to take. Just gonna go ahead and Super Rod stuff back in. The thing that I want to highlight here, though, is that now I have the ability to, like, if this thing dies, it's not really that big of a deal, because not only can I go into my normal Gardevoir and knock out pretty much anything else that he wants to bring up, but even if he goes into something like Charizard, I have time to find my reversal energy, and I can still use Screaming Tail to knock out the Mew, or this Pidgey, or his other Charmander. Just to kind of stall him out a little bit. What I'd like to do is actually, you know, boss his orders up the Entei, because it looks like he didn't find really what he was looking for, which is good for me. So I can go ahead and boss his orders up the Charizard, or sorry, the Entei. Keep that on board, and then I'm pretty fine just to go ahead and attack, but I'll look for some cards, see if we find something we need. Wouldn't be bad to look for another Ralts, actually. So we'll go ahead and discard this and the Manaphy, because we don't really need it. Grab ourselves the next Ralts, just so we can power up the second Gardevoir. And get another Kirlia in play for later. Now we can go ahead and attack for that. And now we're in pretty much a, I don't want to say a perfect position, but we more or less are, because even if he finds, you know, his next Charizard or whatever, comes in, knocks out Zacian, we have the ability to go into Screaming Tail, pop something in the back, so it doesn't really matter. We'll get one more prize card that way, and then we can either look for a boss on another sparing, you know, benched Pokemon here by just going for Pal Pad, putting the boss back in, and drawing to find it. Which will probably be our play. Or if we hit the reversal energies, we can use Gardevoir and knock out the Charizard back. But it'll probably be easiest just to go into Screaming Tail. We'll put up Greninja. That's fine. That puts all the energy in the discard. I guess the question is, can we find... Will we be able to find the boss right now anyway? So we'll put that back in the deck. We'll put another Ralts down. Oh, wait a minute. Haha, we were about to be really dumb. We can just go ahead and use our own Lumineon. I kind of forgot about the Lumineon in my hand for a second. I was about to make a really bad play. Yeah, so we can just use Lumineon. Go ahead, grab the boss, pull up his own. We'll search to see if we get, you know, something we can use. But it doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead, place all the energy down. One. I wish I could just do all of them at once, like I didn't have to sit through the little damage animation every time, because that really slows things down. You should kind of be able to put as many as you want, and then it just does all the damage at one time. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show off Screaming Tail like I kind of wanted, but maybe I'll be able to do it better in the next game. But the potential was there, is, you know, the important part. So we'll hit for 240. Hit with the Brainwave, get that knockout. And we're good to go. We'll continue to climb the ladder, get the wins. Definitely let me know, because I talked about doing before, like doing the ladder, like ranking kind of climb game series. And so definitely let me know if that's something that you want to see, or like focus on. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Alright, our opponent won the coin flip, but they're choosing for us to go first. Not ideal. At least of a starting hand, is what I mean. I'm guessing because, yeah, I was gonna say. I'm guessing because they had us go first, that they're playing Roaring Moon. Wow. Mulliganing 4 times. That's definitely good for us, because we drew like shit. Even past all that. So we'll go ahead and seal. Find ourselves the Ralts. Use Tail. Find ourselves a Fog Crystal. Let's see, what do we already have on board? We already have a Rare Candy, so we can get ourselves into Gardevoir. So I think it's smart to play the second Ralts, so we can get into Kirlia, and then have our other Ralts. It'd be nice to be able to get some more energies in the discard early, but it doesn't really look like that's going to be a possibility. I don't think we really need the Arven for anything in the future. So I think we're going to get rid of these two and grab ourselves the Zamazenta. Place that down and start getting some energies on board. The one good thing for us, I should have just checked there and I kind of forgot to. The one good thing for us is that, in this matchup specifically, is that, again, it's a situation where if we don't show that we have the Screaming Tail, he might end up not placing the Jirachi down, and he's probably going to want to go for Squawkabilly on this turn, just because it's like the most optimal play to make. And so if he does that, we only need 3 energy in the discard pile in total for us to be able to go and quick snipe that out. The Greninja is also another target that we'll have for a 1 prize to be able to take later if it comes up. So that can be good for us. There's the Squawkabilly. So there's 2 prize cards on the board guaranteed for us, which is really good. And then we should be able to get into a relative position where we can get Zacian strong enough to hit for 320. He's definitely popping off, though, so that's, you know, good on his end. We'll also have the Mew to be able to copy and snag KOs pretty easily in the later stages of things, as long as we have, again, that ability of getting 3 energies, or in our case, 2 more energies into the discard to be able to, like, get those attacks active. In this case, we'll actually put up Zamazenta. And that's pretty sweet. We can go ahead and discard. Find ourselves another Ultra Ball. We can play the Ralts down. Put Kirlia into play. We'll go ahead and evolve this now. And then what I'd like to do is find one more energy to be able to put that into the discard. I think we'll get rid of the boss's orders. Actually, we'll get rid of the Iono for now, because we can always search something out. Alright, so here's the Level Ball. Alright, so our Screaming Tail is in the prizes. So that's not really ideal for us, which means we're going to have to take a little bit of a different strategy for the start of this. Spin the Pokestop. There's another couple energies, so that's good. I think what we have to do in this case is we'll get rid of these and grab ourselves the Gardevoir, so that way we have that for next turn. Then we will place the Mew on board. Get ourselves a couple more energy. Let's see how much we hit for, because I can't remember off the top of my head. So we're hitting for 150. So we might boss up the Mew here. Yeah, because now we're hitting for 180. So we'll go ahead, we'll boss up the Mew. Take the knockout on that. Get ahead in prizes, and hopefully grab our Screaming Tail. We didn't. We did find the other Gardevoir, though, so that's at least good for us. Because now we can put up Mew. And on our next knockout, if we find Screaming Tail, then this is always an option. And that's kind of what we're looking for. So if we have to, if we can't get the energies with Gardevoir to hit for the 230, then what we can do in that case is go into Mew, put 3 energies, use Frenzied Gouging, and take the knockout. And just go about it that way. Look, hope we get our Screaming Tail out of the 2 and go from there. But I don't know how well that's going to work out. We got ourselves the other boss's orders, so that's always good too. The Level Ball isn't really going to help us. We can just go ahead and discard that. We'll use this one just to help thin our hand. Thin our deck. Can evolve this. Go ahead and discard the VIP pass. And that's perfect for us. So now we can attach that for turn. Evolve our Gardevoir. Get another energy into the discard. 2 more in hand isn't wonderful, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. We'll see what else we pull. We get an extra one, so that's huge for us. And now we can retreat this out. And we're already hitting for 180. So we kind of have everything on board that we need to have, because now even if they so now even if they knock out like if they choose to boss up our Gardevoir on the next turn, it doesn't really matter because we will still have this powered up, so they have to answer this. They don't have a way to knock out both, and we'll be in a position. Let's see if we find our Screaming Tail. We do not. Damn. That really sucks. I really wanted to show off the ability of that, to be able to, like, snipe off easy prize cards. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out for us. But it's not really that big of a deal, because same thing, if he puts this up, we still have the boss's orders to go ahead and, you know, pull this up to the front, knock it out, or, you know, the Squawk, it doesn't really matter. Whichever one we choose to do. We have the other Gardevoir in hand, so we can put this down. So all the options are there for us. It definitely sucks, though, because I really would have liked to show the, you know, the Screaming Tail and how good it could be. Like, even here where he's trying to block with a 1-prizer in a situation where, okay, maybe we wouldn't normally have boss or something like that. You know, we'd be in a really good spot to still snipe off damage. Okay. That's a choice, I guess. I wonder how it would work. I'm not going to risk it because I have no idea how it would work, but I wonder if I used the Frenzied Gouging and knocked him out first, like how that would go, like if I would win or if he would win first, because like both of our cards would get knocked out, so I'm curious to see how like that would affect things. Yep, and there's the concede, because they knew that, you know, we had the knockout. So that's going to be it, guys. That's super easy. It kind of sucks that I didn't get to show off Screaming Tail like I wanted to, but it's shockingly very, very good, and like I think that I showed the situations that it could be good in. I just didn't have it in play at the time because it was either prized or, you know, something else. Which definitely sucks, but it's actually really, really strong. And I definitely love to experiment with it more and, you know, hear your feedback on, like, if you guys have tried it or played with it. So definitely let me know, and, like always, let me know what the next deck or anything like that you want to see is. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate it, guys.